Alright everyone, new week, new Odyssey. Let's have a look. Oh. Extreme mode, eh? Right, well. That's, okay. Intense currents. Everything is getting swept up. Can you and your team of monkeys make it to the ocean's end? Please. All I want from this Odyssey is for that stupid frozen glacial map to not be included. That's all I want. And if you're wondering which glacial map, because now that I think about it, there's actually two that could fit that description pretty nicely. I'm not talking about the one where it's all ice at the beginning and then over the course of the rounds, the ice melts and gives way to water. I'm not talking about that map. I'm talking about the map where you place towers and then 10 rounds later those towers are fucking frozen and you've got to thaw them out. That shit fucking annoys me. So let's have a look. Oh my god, we didn't have either of them. I'm happy with that. I mean, this map's a little shit because of reasons that I bring up in every single Odyssey that has maps like this. But let's have a look. Okay, Skates hard standard 150, everything is regrow. Lotus Island hard impoppable 3 to 55. Nothing crazy there. Luminous Cove hard ABR 6 to 60. Okay. Off the coast hard standard, no monkey knowledge allowed, 10 to 70 with very generous cash at the start. And the map nobody's looking forward to. Flooded Valley hard standard 15 to 80, 2,500 to start with, but removal cost rate is free, which means if they give us a shitload of boats and subs and now mermonkeys, as well as water-related heroes, this will actually be a generally okay map. Alright, what do we get? Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, let's... Oh, right, I get it. I was gonna be like, wait, why the fuck are we getting a beast handler? Top path is very water-based. Not gonna lie though, I don't think I give a fuck about the beast handler. At all, really. I mean, let's be honest here. I don't need 10 of those. One per map will be fine. But if we're being honest with ourselves, and I like to be honest with myself, beast handler? Never heard of him. Right. As for our hero, we have Pat, can be placed on water. Striker Jones. Who knows why Striker Jones is here? Let me know in the comments, because I don't fucking know. That guy's a wild card as far as I'm aware. I mean, he might buff military monkeys in general, if I've forgotten all of his level up upgrades, but to my knowledge, he's mainly just bomb shooters and mortars, so he's useless? Question mark? Brickle seems the smartest choice out of all of them. Pat Fusty can be placed in water. Rosalina, I haven't used outside of that one time I showcased the update. So let's just dive into it, because this should be fairly straightforward. Right, 1 to 50. And we were given 40 towers total. Yes, 10, 20, 30, 40. Cool. So 1 to 50, everything is regrowing. I think we can get away with a single boat and Admiral Brickle on this map. Let's do it. Doom, 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 doom. Boom, 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 boom. It's a good day. It's a good day. Work actually finished relatively early for me. So I am home and it is 5:22. Not bad, not bad. Considering last Thursday I had to stay late because we were missing 2 of our seniors at the workplace. And I don't mean senior citizens. We have all of those every day, constantly. They never go sick. Somehow. Anyway. No, our senior associates, our senior workers. Because 2 of them were missing, I'd fill in for them last week. But hey, one of them's back. That's something. So I got to finish a bit early today, which is great. But yeah, sadly the other one is still sick. Hopefully they get better soon because I'm a little bit closer to them than I am with the other one. But both are great helps when it comes to working at my job. Anyway, we're going to try and go for Brickle next, just because that's not going to take away from our total towers for this Odyssey. And I mean, realistically, if we go middle path with this boat, like I absolutely intend on doing, what, we hook in something on, oh, I could do that. Yeah, screw it. Why not? Space things out a little. Might make things easier. But yes, if we go middle path on this boat, it just makes our life super easy. Because it means round 40, we click a button and then round 40 is finished. And then round 50, we click a button and then wait a while and then click that same button again and then round 50 is finished. And then we're done. So, yeah. That's generally the plan. Maybe I should have picked Rosalina. Is it Rosalina? No. It's just, maybe it is Rosalina. I'm pretty sure it's Rosalind. Rosalind? Rosalina? No. Rosalia. You know how I remember that? Because it's the same as the fucking Pokemon. Rosalia, and then when you get her to level 20, she becomes Roserade. I don't actually know if that's true in the Pokemon Go case. I was just trying to make a joke about maxing out your hero in this game, but as it turns out, it doesn't. I mean, same thing really applies in Pokemon Universe. Oh, anyway, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. It's been chill. Everything's gone well. Nobody's thrown a hissy fit. At least not a full one. Good stuff, good stuff. Our production's nemesis got in trouble today. The dreaded inventory team. Now, for the most part, they are actually pretty decent at their job, but it really depends on who we're talking about in the actual situation. Because some of them are absolutely garbage, and guess what? Some of those ones are actually the ones that are higher up. Okay, I'll put it this way, right? If there is like 4 tiers of hierarchy in the inventory room, the lowest one, I'm perfectly fine with everyone that sits there. Because they're just taking orders. And sometimes those orders are hot garbage. Or sometimes they get given orders on paper, and those papers are hot garbage, right? Next level up, right? Pain in the fucking ass. Their job is to delegate to the people below, and these motherfuckers never check their goddamn phones for when we're sending them messages being like, hey, this is what we need, and we need it like right fucking now. Move your ass, and then an hour later we get it and we're like, oh cool, thanks, yeah, we just grabbed it ourselves, but this is good too. And then we just give it back to them later being like, yeah, we got it ourselves because you weren't fucking doing anything, right? So that's the second tier. Third tier, let me think. Third tier, I'm okay with the people that are there, but at the same time it feels like they should be managing the people directly below them a lot better, because clearly people below them doing sweet FA and somehow they're just getting away with it. And if you don't know what FA is, it's fuck all. They're doing nothing. Anyway, so that's tier 3. Tier 4 is the peak. Not in terms of actual like job titles in the entire workplace, but in terms of efficiency, kindness, and speed. Tier 4 is only one person, but they fucking crush it every single time. And I love it. Every single time we're in a situation where it's like, oh, only the tier 4 person or whatever is available to help us out. I'm just like, well, thank fuck. We'll send a message, it'll get received, and then we'll get the fucking item in like a minute. It'll be brilliant. One button. Anyway. So sum it up. Tier 4's great. Tier 3's great, but should look after the tier 2's more. Tier 2's shit. Tier 2's being shit affects tier 1's. So tier 1's normally good on their own. When a tier 2's involved, fucking shit. Right? Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And it's observable in late forms as well. Or not late forms, but like absentee forms. So if the tier 2 person that I'm thinking of specifically, because I think there's multiple tier 2 people, I don't know. I only really know of the one. Anyway, if they put in a sick form and they say, oh, I can't come in today, one of the tier 1 people will have to fill in, or another tier 2 person that I'm not aware of has to fill in. The day goes so fucking smoothly, you wouldn't believe it. Anytime we ask for anything, boom, immediately gets handed to us. Every single time. And I just look at those days and I think, oh yeah, life would be better if that person just got fired or quit or, I don't know, got hit by a chainsaw made of aeroplanes, you know? I'm kidding, I don't wish harm upon them, but I do wish that they didn't have a job. Or at least not that job. They can go bump down to tier 1, and I can absolutely tell you like 4 different tier 1 people that could definitely do their job way better than they can. Anyway, there's a pirate lord. And that's GG. Alright. 1 tower used. Onto Lotus Island. Which does not look like Australia, but at the same time, in the Bloons universe, maybe it does look like their version of Australia. I wouldn't put it past them. Australia does have a bit of a weird look to it. Anyway, this is just impoppable difficulty, so that just means it's the same thing, except easier, because nothing is... or not everything is regrow. Ooh, excuse me. Also, we had, what was it? In, I don't know if it's Australia-wide or just the part of Australia I live in, or if it's international or global or what, but supposedly today, at least according to my workplace, it was Are You Okay Day, which I think is a little bit silly, but I guess does promote positive things, so I'm okay with it. I support it, but it's a little bit silly in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. So, if you don't know, Are You Okay Day is essentially just a day where people are reminded that, hey, human beings have feelings and go through shit, right? People go through shit times, people have shitty things happen to them, people have shitty jobs, and people can be in shit moods, right? Are You Okay Day is a day that is dedicated to just promoting and being like, hey, you seem a little down in the dumps today. How you feeling? Are you okay? Right? So just checking up on your fellow colleague or student or friend or family member. If you're seeing them a little down in the dumps, maybe just check in and be like, hey, how you doing? I'm concerned for you. I just wanted to check in and see that if you're doing well, and if not, I'm here to talk about it with if you want to talk about it, right? So just overall, generally, very good vibes coming from Are You OK Day. However, the one issue I do have with it is that it's a single day, right? And don't get me wrong, I see it as a positive thing in terms of like awareness and, you know, like opening people up to the idea that maybe people aren't feeling as well, or at least reminding people to keep an eye out for signs of like, oh, that person isn't eating their food, or that person didn't bring lunch today, or I don't know, they don't usually sit with their head slouched down, banging against the table repeatedly. Maybe something's wrong. You know, it's good for like awareness, but I think in general, a single day out of 365 every year is the only day that you ask people if they're okay? No, that's silly. That is stupid. I don't like that. I think it's in my mind, it's just an awareness thing that tells you, hey, people you work with or people that you be around, they're just human, just like you. They have thoughts and feelings. Maybe care about them every once in a while. Which also, like, I don't know. It was brought up at work today. We had like a little meeting about it. And it just seemed like, oh yeah, this day every year, check in with everyone and be like, hey, how are you? Are you okay? But first of all, because you're doing it on Are You Okay Day, it seems disingenuous. As if any other day you wouldn't ask it, but on that day specifically you would, which makes me feel like it's just a one day a year thing, and thus it's a shit thing. But in my mind, if you're a good friend, or you're a good family member, or you're just a kind-hearted person in general, and there's someone you care about that looks like they're having a shit time, you're gonna ask how they are doing, and if they want to talk about it. And that's pretty much what the whole day is. So that's what we had today. It essentially extended our lunch by 10 minutes. So after that, most people were pretty okay. They were pretty happy. Also, they gave out free snacks in the lunchroom. So again, people were pretty happy overall. But it does mean the entire day was filled with motherfuckers coming up to you and being like, are you okay? Are you okay though? And there was a bit of propaganda that was printed out, and it essentially said, here's how you tell or have a conversation with someone to check in with them, right? And I'm just summarizing here, but essentially it was like blah 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 whatever, to introduce the topic or whatever, and then it was like how to identify someone that's not okay. Ask them a question and say, you know, like, are you okay, right? It's a very direct way of doing it, but hey, it fucking gets the point across, and sometimes it works. So they had this little flow chart of like, are you okay? If they respond with no, maybe be like, oh, what's happened? And then listen to them, and then help come up with steps that they could potentially take in order to make themselves not feel like shit, or be in a better state of mind, or resolve their problem, whatever that may be, right? So flowchart goes, are you okay? no. Okay, let's work through that, right? On the other side of the flowchart, it goes, are you okay? They respond with yes. Then the chart immediately goes, oh, but what if you think something's still wrong despite them saying, yes, I'm okay? And then it just goes, right, we'll dig a little deeper and figure out what's not wrong or what's going wrong that they're hiding from you. Those filthy, lying bastards. They're hiding their true feelings from you. So essentially the flowchart is, ask if they're okay. If they're not okay, figure out why, and maybe help them figure out how to take the next step. If they are okay, ask them why they're lying to you. Figure out what's really wrong, become a true crime detective, and solve the murder. Right? It just seems... It seems a little ridiculous. But I love that those are the only two options where it's like, okay, well, something's still wrong. You know, there's also the option of... There's two more options I'll tell you about, right? Number one. Yes, I'm okay. Are you actually? Yeah, I'm having a good time. Full stop. No more action needs to be taken beyond that point. Oh, really? Oh, I don't want to deal with that. We'll just be better. Right? So there's the action of, yes, I'm okay. Fucking believe me. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just stop interrogating you. You're welcome. Right? And then that's sort of the end of it. Then there's also the option of, no, I'm not okay. Fuck off. Which sounds a little harsh, but guess what? Some people are lone wolves. Some people can manage their own shit. And I did not click restart. I clicked home and then moved my mouse over to restart. This dodgy fucking mouse is trying to get me killed. But yeah, like, honestly, Are You Okay Day's great and all, good awareness and all that jazz, but like, at the same time, if someone's going through some real shit, and you're trying to get in their business and just be like, oh, are you okay? Or what's going on? Or how can I help? Like, that shit's gonna piss certain people off. And you just need to, like, back the fuck off if that happens. You just need to be like, okay, well, I tried. Cool. Hope you feel better soon. Or, you know, hit me up if you feel like talking. If not, I'm happy to just ignore you. And then, of course, there's the situation of, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. You don't look okay. No, I'm not fucking okay, but I clearly don't want to talk about it with you, you fuckhead. Anyway. I don't know why I'm so caught up on this, to be honest. Well, I know exactly why I'm all caught up on it, but anyway. Intense currents, you know? Intense current affairs. So, that has been Intense Currents Part 1. We've used 2 boats to get through the first 2 maps. So, we just have these 3 maps to get through tomorrow. As usual, Part 2 will be released then. And we've got a pretty fucking good team to deal with these last 3 maps, so I think we'll be alright. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I can't speak. Check in with your family and loved ones and all that. I do believe Are You Okay Day is a good source for reminding people to check in with loved ones and family members and all that. Some of the propaganda and stuff for it, or some of the pamphlets and infographics and stuff is a little bit whack, but yeah. Check in with people, see how they're doing. If they're having a bad time, see if you can help out. If they don't want your help, don't force it. Anyway, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.